So it's middle of May, and grass is starting to grow, and decided I'm going to pay some attention to this lawnmower, which we use for all the stuff I can't get to with a lawn tractor. And basically, I think we bought this 2 years ago. Killed a couple of other lawnmowers over the past few years. So I got this one. It was literally the cheapest one that Canadian Tire had, certified brand. So, we're not expecting miracles here. It actually runs okay. I've just had it started up a little bit. The only thing I'm going to do is change the oil on this, and this will be the first time I've changed it ever since we got it. So it's not a complicated process with these, but there's a couple of things. One little trick I have learned uh, with these is that in order to change the oil on them, you have to tip them over on their side, and you just drain it out the oil dipstick tube. There is no like drain plug underneath or anything like that. There's no drain plug on the bottom of the engine that I can see. These are made fairly cheaply. So um, tipping it over on the side, a lot of people don't like doing that because it'll drain the oil into. If you tip it on the carburetor side, it drains into your carburetor, and then it becomes hard to start. And anyway, it's kind of a mess. Uh, the Tip it on the other side, it could go into it depends on where your valves are. That's the thing. So if your exhaust valve is open, the oil could get into the cylinder that way, and then flow through to the muffler. If your intake is open and you tip it, then the oil could eventually go into. So there's a trick that I picked up, and basically this prevents the motor. This is what you can start your motor with, right? So leave that. So you don't want to start your motor. What you want to do is pull it till it's tight, and then you're on the compression stroke. You're looking at top dead center. So I think that's it right there. But I'm just going to go through. So it becomes easier there. You can feel the compression strokes. So right there, it's tight. And if you leave it right there on the top dead center of the compression stroke, your valves are shut and oil can't get into the cylinder. So the process is pretty simple. First thing we're going to do, this one's got an actual dipstick. Some of them have a screw in. Some of the Powermore older versions, it was just a screw in dipstick. You pulled the same thing. You just pull that out. In this case, I'm just going to pull out the oil dipstick there so I don't lose it. The tricky part is getting it above the pan like this to drain the oil. So see how this goes. I'm not sure. There we go. So there's a lot of, I'll get you in to see this, but the oil definitely looks like it needs to be changed. It's gray. And it looks like a lot of little metal filings and things like that. Like I said, this was the original oil, break-in oil, which I've used for a couple of years. So this is probably definitely a good idea to do in case I want to keep this for a few years. Wow, that's really horrible looking. And a lot of swirly stuff. Stuff at the end actually looks like it might even be water. Great. That's kind of what came out of it. You can see the swirls, and the could be like little metal filings or whatever, from the original startup of the mower. So this was definitely a good idea to do. So I'm using, when I check the specs on it, 30 weight or 1030, or so I've got some 1030 that I'm going to use. And in case you're wondering what the capacity is, it's 400 milliliters. I don't have anything that I can actually just measure 400 milliliters with. But this jug appears to have, oh, I don't know, 1.5 in it. Some mowers only have a, um, it's not the dipstick like this that you dip in. It's a, screw-in type thing. That would be the Honda style, or the Honda clones or whatever. And those are fairly simple because you just fill them up till it's flowing out. This one's actually got a dipstick though that we need to kind of pay attention to. So let's see where I am. Kind of hard to tell. Definitely not enough yet. That should probably do it. Actually, it looks like it needs a little more. Not much though. It's probably going to do it. Yeah, it looks like it should be right. So I'm going to start it up and we'll see where we are. Just going to let that run for a minute to see how it goes. I like that there's no smoke that came out the exhaust, and seems to be running okay. I'll let that go for a minute and then we'll check it again. Okay, we'll check that oil one more time. That's perfect. That's all there is to it. So probably if you want to keep your mower more than a couple of years, maybe do that once a year, especially if you're mowing a lot with it. We got 3.5 acres here that we mow, and the vast majority of that is with the lawn tractor, of course, but there's quite a bit that, still got to do by hand and we still use for various things. So, yeah, so don't be afraid to do that. That's a pretty simple process, and you just need a little bit of 1030. Nothing fancy. No, don't bother with synthetic oil or anything like that. Just get some 1030 when it's on sale and keep that around, and